We are back. A survey by the American Psychological Association found that 1 in 3 workers struggles to juggle career and personal life.
1 in 3?
One
only?
in 3. The other 2/3, we got to survey them. Our next guest says treat your relationship like a business project. Simone Oliver is a creative strategist and the author of a much talked about new essay in ELLE. It's titled, "My Husband and I Didn't Need a Vacation. We Needed a High-Stakes Offsite." What is that? Simone Oliver joins us now to talk about what is that.
So we borrowed the term offsite from, corporate America, and it was when you take carving out time, intentional time away from the daily grind, the hourly grind, and you say, okay, we're going to set an agenda, a goal, whether that's reconnecting, dreaming together, but it's carving out the time and stepping away from the daily.
I have friends who have done this successfully, and I wish I could do this successfully, but how do you plan an offsite? And how do you make sure that both parties are interested in this and will actually, you guys will get the job done? Because I feel like me and my husband sometimes, we just like eat up the time and then the time's done.
I think it's having a loose structure, right? And I think it's about the framing too, because one partner might not be into it. And so it's really about what is it that we both want out of it? It's more about the results and not the agenda.
What are some of the things you can discuss at one of these offsites? Is it like financial planning? Is it kids' school, summer camp?
Check, exactly.
What about the love? What about
It's about how often we have sex and we don't have sex. Like
you guys like discuss that? Negotiate?
Yes, and I
Really?
think yes, it is very much like everything is on the table because the kids and the logistics are not the only part of our relationship.
Right.
That's not how we got together.
And it starts to take over.
It completely takes over.
But would you recommend this for all couples or only certain ones? Because I can imagine some lovebird romantics being like, look, I don't want to use business jargon to talk about my personal life.
Completely understandable. And I think it's less about, again, leaning on the business. We don't need another meeting in our lives, right? But it's always about the connection. That's the core. Let's find our way back to connection. When we stop collaborating and it feels like we're just coexisting, that's a flag.
Yeah, or co-logisticizing.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
How do you have a successful offsite?
Planning, but not over-planning. There's a balance there that only you two as partners can figure out. And so, yes, have a loose agenda, but leave blocks of time for we're going to figure out. We're going to actually take a walk. And whatever we talk about is not going to be scripted during that walk.
So I'm glad you said walk, because when you think of an offsite, it's like, what do I have to get a cabin in the woods and like someplace with a pool? Right? Not everyone's got the money for that.
That's what I was thinking.
Trust falls. But if you don't have any cash, but you still love each other and you're trying to work on it, you can do something as simple as take a walk.
Exactly. And sometimes it's let's get together and make a list of movies we want to watch, right? Sometimes a walk is not even feasible for some people's schedules, their work, their children, whatever. But it's like, again, carving out that time and saying, let's do something together we both enjoy. And it's about the consistency, right? Because that is the challenge as much as the reward. It's about building the muscle.
I think especially when you have both parents that work, there is so much planning and logisticizing and not as much time for either parent to do it. So this could be a great model. I'd like to try it, Brian. Simone Oliver, thank you so much.
Really
Thank you for having me.
That was great. I went in skeptical, but you convinced me. It works. All right.
That's why this show is so great.
My husband can attest.
And
he was a skeptic?
In fact, I realized I was away early in the week for work, and I got back, and I was going to go out with guy friends on Saturday, Nate and Vlad, and I canceled. Like I said, I had to put some more deposits back in the marital bank, and I didn't even realize I was slipping into that kind of metaphor, but that's kind of
what
you're
you
talking
texted
about.
them?
Yeah, that's what I texted them.
It's
because I'd been away. We got to reconnect,
That's what it is.
So.